The city of Preston was the first provincial town in the UK to be lit by gas. Some areas of architectural interest have been preserved.
Welcome to the expensive bit of Preston.
But even the posh part of town is filth prone. Meet Gary and Paul, environmental enforcement officers with a bone to pick.
A lot of this is a conservation area, round about the square and this. So it's a really, really lovely place to live. It doesn't surprise anymore. We've seen it 1,000 times before. We'll see it 1,000 times more.
We've got a problem with tenants who keep putting black bags down in front of the bins. We've got to a ridiculous situation now where our bin crews can't get in to empty the bins.
The immediate task is to clear a path, but it seems all is not rubbish.
Is that a new? That's not a new printer. What do you chuck out a new printer for?
It's a mixed bag of rubbish bags, and some of them have become particularly fragrant.
Oh, these people. That's just ridiculous. That's not even been put in a bag.
All sorts of stuff in there, food waste, envelopes.
And somebody's dumping food waste out on the pavement. It's just all food waste, look. Just sheer food waste.
It's a general invitation, calling all rats.
There you go, look. That's what attracts rats.
People always say to us, oh, we've seen rats. Well, yeah, you're bound to see rats if you give the rats some food.
There you go. Nice lasagna.
But rats aren't the only animals that worry Paul.
It's always a case of monkey see, monkey do. The first person to put a black bag down here will invite the rest of the residents to follow suit. And I sometimes think it'd be quicker to train a chimpanzee to do this rather than some of the residents. Keeps us in a job, I suppose.
Back in Preston, Gary and Paul are facing a mountain of fly-tipped refuse, and they want to know what sort of people do this.
I'll put money on that being a student, because students live off pizzas. We have a love-hate relationship with students.
We have a love-hate relationship with everybody.
Why on earth did that person buy that pack of mincemeat when they never intended to use it? They must have money to burn, that's all I can say.
Crazy. I mean, there's a DVD player in here. There's
pineapple and orange apple juice. It's full.
Hello? Yeah, it's in the bin.
And the fly tipper's musical taste causes further bemusement.
Slamming vinyl, New Year's Eve 2002 hardcore. Whatever that is.
Some items might seem worth saving, but this lot will all go to the dump.
Bear in mind this is private property with a management company that gets money from all these tenants to look after this area. Lads here doing their job for them free of charge. I can think of better things to do on a cold winter day.
Paul used to be a policeman, but his retirement didn't last long.
My wife put up with me for about 3 months and then decided I was making the flat look untidy and sent me out to find a job. So 2.5 years ago, started working with Gary, and we've been a partnership ever since. Tweedledee and Tweedledum, basically, that's us two.
But the Tweedles, Dee and Dum, never issued fines.
We always issue fines as a last resort. The majority of the public have to put up with me and Gary nagging them whenever we go out and speak to the public. And they probably know that they've been nagged when me and Gary's finished with them. Finding them is always a last resort. Keep back straight.
Bins now full, at least Gary has found some treasure.
Slamming tunes. Get that perky leg.
These lads will do whatever it takes to get this place clean again.
Your missus is going to be really impressed.
Can I just say, if I had a hoover and a duster, I'd dust it as well.
Despite their frustrations, the lads are prepared to go beyond the call of duty.
You get a shovel, we'll do the garden. We'll turn the garden over while we're here.
So with a clean slate, or at least a clean yard, will it now be a different story?
Ultimately, it's down to the residents. Do the residents want to solve it?
Oh, it cobbles.
Rubbish transferred to the truck, empty bins now accessible. Gary and Paul can only hope the residents will follow their example.
Van's going to smell lovely again.
Yeah, van stinks again. We'll hose it out tonight.
Dog mess in the back garden is one thing, but what about the stuff that gets left in every public park up and down the land every day of the year? Who clears that up? John Sutton has been on poo patrol in Ipswich for the last 14 years.
These are the dog bins for the old dog feces. The winter's all right, it's just the summer when I get a little bit stinky. Yeah, it's lovely. I don't mind the job at all. You do about, 60, 70 bins a day, you know? And apparently I had over 60 tonnes last year. That's this side done. Now I've got to go round the other side.
Understandably, John works alone and he's happy to be out and about with a purpose. In the course of his working day, John will walk several miles in pursuit of dog poo. He'll lift and carry kilos of the stuff and then he'll dispose of it.
That's a lovely old job. See all different dogs, though. You always have a chat to a lot of the old people, you know, they like to have a chat to you. I love it.
It hasn't always been a dog's life for John. His former career prepared him well for this one.
You do get used to it. I mean, I worked at a tannery for 20 years and the smells down there with the acids and that, you just got used to it, you know. You just try not to breathe it in, as simple as that, you know. You just hold your breath for a little while. That's simple, really.
He may spend his days clearing up after them, but John still has a soft spot for man's best friend.
I wanted a dog, but she won't let me have one. But I love me old dogs, though. I've done this bin yesterday, and coming past just now, I can see someone's obviously deposited a bag of rubbish. Yeah, as you can see, look. That's dog feces. Someone's got out of the garden, been collecting it all week. I emptied the bin yesterday. As you can see, there's one bag in there. I'll get a complaint saying I haven't done the bin. That's why when I come past, I see it, and I thought I'd better pull up and pick this stuff up now, look. But you can feel it's quite heavy, isn't it? I mean, like I say, people have got the dogs. They should be responsible for me, you know. You walk around sometimes and they don't bother picking it up. You're walking in it all day sort of thing, you know. Especially with little kiddies coming along. The old fresh air in you, don't you? Better than being stuck in an office all day. Oh, well.
Late afternoon in Ipswich, and John Sutton is still doing his rounds.
It's a fishing trolley.
John has adapted a fishing cart into an industrial-sized mobile poop wagon.
Been on now. I've got to try and get me some rubber straps for a while.
He's a man on a very smelly mission. Now it's out with the old and in with the poo.
That one don't smell very healthy at the moment. But like I say, you get used to it. That's the wind and rain I don't like.
John is a filth warrior and he's been fighting all his life.
I used to do martial arts a few years back, you know. Shot a can. And I loved it. I've been down there a couple of times, but old injuries come back. I pack up again for a while, you know, but I like to go back into it. You're never too old to do it, you know.
John's round takes him to old stomping grounds. This is the mighty Orwell Bridge, and John knows a bit about it.
It's a rare old site, isn't it? You know, when you think about it. I remember when I was a boy, we used to come up here and used to swim in there. People used to have picnics up here. There's been quite a few people jump off there. That must be another state just to jump off, especially if you hit all the old rocks and that down the bottom. If you're lucky, you'll die, because if you survive, I reckon you'll be in a bit of pain, don't you? Wake up with a headache, I reckon. That's the last one now. Could be better, I suppose. I'm just hoping to win the lottery one day. This is the job I like doing. I enjoy it. You know, I don't want to be sitting in an office pushing a pen. But I wouldn't know what way to hold the pen up anyway, so...
Some people are trained to be filth fighters. Others are born to it.